Hey dude, guess who got out?
Billy? Is that for real? What about the meds?
Don't sweat it. I'm better now. They have cut back on my meds.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, they gave me a pass for the move.
I'll call the guys to help us out. What do you think?
Don't call anyone. I don't want people seeing me. You know how they talk.
My big bro smoked way too much one day and ended up fried like many others. 2 intense years in the psych ward for schizophrenia. When he got out, I thought he'd be better. But not even close. Now, I see my brother smiling. He genuinely seems to be doing well. It's a weird feeling. Weird that everything's finally okay. After a long day all in boxes and furniture, I crashed on the barely unpacked couch, surrounded by a sea of cardboard boxes. I was jolted awake by a strong smell of cigarettes. My phone showed 3 a.m., no sign of Billy. Got up and followed the sound of Billy's voice down the hall. It sounded like he was chatting, but I couldn't quite make out the words. Still, his was the only voice echoing down the hall. Through the smoke, I spotted Billy at the end of a long wooden table, an overflowing ashtray beside him, cigarettes barely smoked and ashes scattered like snow all around. I hesitated at the kitchen doorway, just watching him for a bit. Leaning on the table, he was mumbling incoherently, his head turning this way and that as if surrounded by people, occasionally clutching his head in his hands. Then he spotted me. His tired eyes met mine as a smile crossed his lips.
Did I wake you, kid?
Not you. The smoke did. You know I came to check you weren't setting the place on fire. Remember? I'm the one who vouched for you. I sat down at the table with him. It's late, you good?
I can't sleep. My head's all over the place.
I started to press him about his one-sided chat. He snuffed out his cigarette and lit another. In a low voice he said,
I know you think I'm nuts, but I see people. They've been coming to talk to me for days.
I asked him if he knew these people and what they were talking about.
All sorts of things. Life plans. They give me advice. There are people I know. Some of them aren't around anymore.
He seemed comforted by these talks, but his expression darkened as he added,
I know all of them. Except one.
I could see in his eyes that something was off. He seemed distant and tense, his gaze empty. I pushed him to tell me more about this person. And this guy, is here right now?
Yeah. He was sitting in the chair all evening, watching you sleep.
The jerk. He's probably trying to scare me. And it worked. I felt my heart racing. I blurted out, Why don't you tell him to get lost? Before I could even finish, Billy gestured for me to be quiet. I watched him. He looked totally stressed. His pupils dilated and his breathing was off. That's when I experienced the most terrifying feeling of my life. A crushing pressure, as if an oppressive presence was slowly approaching me. A sharp, acrid smell, the scent of something burning, filled my nostrils. I felt a cold breeze sweep over my body. Suddenly, I sensed him close by, on the chair, next to me. I didn't dare to look, not even out of the corner of my eyes. I was completely paralyzed. Billy remained motionless. The presence was terrifying. After what seemed like an eternity, I heard a voice speak to me.
Tomorrow morning. you're going home.
I didn't respond. My jaw clenched tight. A metallic taste in my mouth. Was it really Billy talking to me? That night, I couldn't close my eyes. Just sat there staring at that chair, wondering if that thing was watching me. As soon as the first rays of sunlight hit, I packed my bag without a second thought. Billy seemed absent. I rushed to my car and drove off. Still wondering if all of this was just a nightmare. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories. See you next time.